Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School here in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's a Friday night, which means we bring you some high school sports tonight. And this evening, it's a sports special as we get a chance to catch up with the Roseburg girls basketball team as they welcome in the Mountain View Cougars for a non-conference matchup tonight here at Roseburg High. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into tonight's broadcast of high school sports here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. I'm Joey Keyran, happy to be with you for another night of high school basketball here during the winter season. As we get ready tonight, the Roseburg girls looking to end a brief losing streak here at the start of their season. Roseburg girls coming in at 1-5 under head coach Dane Tornell in his second year leading the program. On the other side tonight, they'll take on a Mountain View squad that is out to a 2-1 start on the season, coming off of their first loss of the year under second-year coach Megan Dickerson. They return a experienced squad on the Mountain View side. On the Roseburg side, it is a group that is still looking to try and put all the pieces together as they look to try and get this program back to some winning ways. We get ready for tip-off coming up tonight at 6:45 here from Roseburg High. Right now wrapping up the JV game here in Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. It's a tight one so far. Roseburg girls winning 25-23 in the JV game. Mountain View with the basketball and about 3:45 left to play here in this contest. We'll keep you updated on the JV game as it wraps up here tonight. Coming up in our pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Roseburg girls basketball program, Dane Tornell. Get a chance to talk to him about this year's season for the Roseburg girls, the program's health in his second year. He's trying to build this thing back up, get a new culture started. The program had seen some hard times, but he is looking to try and get everybody on the same page as they move forward under his leadership. And so Coach Tornell will be joining us here in the pregame show in just a little bit. We'll also take a look at tonight's starting lineups for both of these sides, so stay with us for that coming up here in just a little while. For those that might be tuning in for the first time to catch some high school sports here on The Score, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. I know we don't get a chance to cover the Roseburg girls basketball team all that often. Usually we travel with the boys basketball team. They play on the same nights. Unfortunately, they play in different locations, so we can't cover both teams when they play at the same time. But tonight, the Roseburg boys basketball team has a night off, and we decided let's go ahead and do a quick special and bring you some Roseburg girls basketball. Haven't got a chance to see this team too often, but really excited about getting the opportunity to be here at the court tonight. So we'll get to experience this one together. For those that are tuning in for the first time to catch Roseburg girls basketball on the radio, we also have tonight's game streaming live online at 541radio.com. You can watch the game by going to the Score homepage and check out the broadcast of tonight's action. You can also find the game streaming on YouTube. Just go to the Score YouTube channel, give us a subscribe there, and follow Roseburg Sports throughout the season as we bring you Roseburg sports action online on YouTube and on 541radio.com. We're excited about tonight's matchup, and we'll get a chance to talk a little bit more about it with head coach Dane Tornell when we come back. This is your pregame show. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by our friends over at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by Jiffy Lube and One Champion Car Wash, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Just about to wrap up things in the JV girls basketball game. They are leading by 1. The Roseburg girls are at the moment with about 3 minutes left to go in this contest. A tight one between the JV and the JV squads between Roseburg and Mountain View. And we'll get you an update on that one as it goes final. But we'll come back after a quick 60-second break, and we'll have a word with head coach of the Roseburg girls basketball program, Dane Tornell. This is Roseburg Sports coming at you tonight, streaming with video online at 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg football on 541radio.com.
Okay. I just realized what happened there. Why did that happen? Why is that?
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome you everybody back here to Roseburg High School as we bring you a conversation I had not that long ago with head coach Dane Tornell of the Roseburg girls basketball program as we get ready for tonight's matchup against the Mountain View Cougars.
Right.
I was hoping I wasn't saying your name wrong.
Awesome.
So, the plan is to be starting quarterback this year.
Well, that does not appear to be the correct interview here that we have for you tonight. Not sure what might be our mess up there. We're having a few technical difficulties tonight. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and pause 30 seconds, and we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll continue on with the pregame show. Apologize for the disconnect there, but we'll take a quick break. We'll fire up that interview that we had with head coach Dane Tornell when we return. This is Roseburg basketball coming at you tonight on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, we welcome you back here to Roseburg High School, where the JV game continues to roll right along. Right now, it is a 29-24 game in favor of the Roseburg JV team against Mountain View. As we bring you a sports special tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Also streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Look forward to getting a chance to catch up with head coach Dane Tornell here. A minute 39 to go in the JV game, and we are getting closer and closer to warm-ups going for tonight's matchup between the Indians and the Cougars. A little bit ago, we finally got our interview, I think, queued up here. A little bit ago, we got a chance to catch up with head coach Dane Tornell. We'll bring you that interview here on The Score and get a little bit more insight into what's going on with the Roseburg girls basketball program this season under head coach Dane Tornell under his second year leading the team. Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Also streaming with video online at 541radio.com. We got a sports special tonight, getting a chance to catch up with the Roseburg girls basketball team. Tonight they welcome in the Mountain View Cougars, and we get a chance to catch up in the pregame with head coach Dane Tornell here. And coach, year two, you got 1 year under your belt here at Roseburg. I know wins hard to come by, but you're building this program, trying to build a culture and trying to build this thing back up here. How's years two gotten out for you?
A lot better this year. Got a a lot of great coaches coaching with me, delegating responsibilities a little bit to take a little bit of the time pressure off of me. It's it's almost a full-time job. It's there's a lot to it, and then just understanding how to build program, how to build girls up. We've got quite a system going on in the city right now with 8 girls travel ball teams that are already engaged. So our future looks pretty good. We're still really small. We're small all the way down from the top all the way down to our little girls. We just don't have bodies, but so that dictates how we train and how we practice, and focus on the things that matter for small basketball teams.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we've been seeing it. A couple of years ago it was football, and now then it was girls basketball last year. Now we've got a new boys basketball coach, and everybody comes in and says, we want to try and get younger ages involved and continue to grow the programs from the grassroots level. And what kind of response have you gotten in reaching out to the youth teams and the youth levels, middle school, things like that around the region?
Actually, it's been really good. Jordan Humphreys, boys coach, and I are actually longtime friends. We're on the same page and everything. In fact, we coach almost identical to each other, and we're working together to pursue the young kids, both boys and girls. We're already working with Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, how youth training is done. We did a coaching clinic last week. Had a good showing our first time of just parents wanting to learn how to be better coaches. So, the combined effort of he and I and all of our coaching staff put together, we really think that we're going to be able to change Roseburg basketball culture. So,
yeah, looking forward to that for sure, and seeing this program continue to grow. As for this year's team, height is the unfortunate thing. You can't coach. You can't coach a player to get suddenly 3 inches taller. But looking at the team you have, I know you got a few girls back from last year that you had on the roster, and how are things looking this year for you guys? What are some of the strengths that these girls have? How are they continuing to grow in your program?
I would say right now our biggest strength is probably our chemistry. The girls like each other. They like being together. Coaching girls basketball is a little bit of psychology. Keeping that in check. We learned a lot last year, Sasha and I did, about coaching girls at this level. We're way more mature. Like when you watch film from us last year versus this year, it's just day and night, different team. We've gone up against big competition. We got to play number 2 in the state, 6A. We've played some teams that are phenomenal, but we are really, really small. It's pretty funny. You get parents actually laughing out loud when you see us go out on the court against other teams. It's just it's like, what are we doing here? So it is a challenge for us. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the hardest thing is just waiting to see somebody grow up. Go through a growth spurt is always every coach I talk to is always hoping that somebody gets a little bit bigger out there. But looking at this matchup here tonight, you take on a Mountain View team. You guys saw this team last year in a tournament over there, and you'll be traveling back over there for another tournament here coming a little bit after the holiday Christmas break there. But this squad looks like, I was looking at it doing the preview, and man, it's almost the entire same team back from last year that you guys faced. What do you think about the opponent in Mountain View tonight?
Well, I think they're a slash and dart kind of a team. I think we can defend that well. Our zone is fantastic right now, and so we're going to try to keep them outside of the key as best we can, not let them drive. That's what they want to do. The JVs are doing it right now. Varsity does. That's how they play. They want to get to the rim as close as they can, draw fouls, cut and dish. So I actually think that we're going to compete pretty well with these girls tonight. My girls are ready to play. They've been working hard. They want to win really bad, and so we talk about wins and losses. We talk about working hard and improving every day. I think we can compete with Mountain View tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Since we don't get a chance to catch up with you too often, but the Southwest Conference, I know, always difficult. A lot of great girls basketball teams in the Southwest Conference. Sheldon is always tough. South Medford looks like they're tough again this year, and you're always battling in that one. What do you think about the conference this year, and how talented they may be?
They are very talented. A lot of experience this year. Not just great players, but you got age in our conference this year. I wouldn't be surprised if the Southwest Conference actually wins the state championship. I really do think that they're that good. I actually think that we can make the playoffs. Roseburg can. I think we can get a playoff game. I think we're going to be able to beat a couple teams in our league this year. I think we're going to be probably on par with South Eugene. We may split with them, but I think we can beat North, and I think we can beat GP. So I think that puts us in a running for a playoff game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't have to, in such a small league usually, it doesn't take a ton to be able to be in one of those automatic playoff spots. So pick off a few teams here and there, and you got yourself a spot.
Yeah, we got to win the ones that are winnable.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
super important, and the girls know it. Girls know it. So
well, it's awesome to see that things seem to be trending in the right direction for you guys to be thinking playoffs here in year two. Always fun to see what's going on with the team. Appreciate it here in the pregame, and look forward to seeing tonight's matchup.
Thank you. Yeah, me too.
All right. Head coach Dane Tornell there on the pregame show. We'll come back with more as we get you ready for tonight's tip-off. It's Roseburg Girls here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
It's just really loud. Make sure I'm on wireless interface. That's on one. Plug that. It's on a mic level. Okay. Huh. Why is that so loud? Test 1, 2, that's me. Huh. It's just like my crowd mic is super loud tonight for some reason.
You fixed the screws.
Yeah, apparently that might have been it.
Are you on?
Well, we welcome you back here to Roseburg High School, where the Roseburg Indians tonight will take on the Mountain View Cougars in a girls basketball matchup. Joey Kieran here with you tonight as we get ready for this evening's contest. We'll welcome you into the 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. This is The Score, Douglas County's home for sports. A sports special for us tonight. We usually travel around with the boys basketball team, but we had an open date and the girls were at home. We thought, why not? Let's go ahead and add in an extra game to our schedule and bring you some Roseburg girls basketball here tonight on The Score. We also are streaming online at 541radio.com. So we want to let you know that you can head online and watch tonight's game streaming for free at 541radio.com and on The Score YouTube channel, where you can find Roseburg sports broadcasting throughout the school year. Well, the JV game has gone final. The Roseburg girls hang on for a 29-27 victory. And the Roseburg girls, they pull off a nice one there, a hard-fought battle for a win tonight for the Roseburg JV team. We'll see if the Roseburg varsity team can pull off something similar this evening against this Mountain View squad. These two teams did meet a year ago. They played in the Summit Holiday Tournament out at out in Bend, Mountain View from the Bend area. The Summit, another school out that direction as well. Mountain View outscored Roseburg in every quarter in that game last year and led 25-15 at halftime. Mountain View hitting 6 3-pointers and both teams committing 17 fouls in that game. For Roseburg in that matchup, they had 5 3-pointers. And it was Katie Knutson that fouled out in the game for the Indians a year ago in that holiday tournament. They fell 57-35, but Coach Tornell feeling like his team might have an opportunity to try and get one back against the Mountain View Cougars coming up here tonight. For Roseburg this season, they are 1-5 on the year. They have lost their last 4 games. On the other side, 2-1 for Mountain View. They lost in their last game, but they'll look to try and get back into the winning side of the column coming up here tonight. Last game for Mountain View was a tight one. It was a 59-56 loss against Ridgeview on Tuesday. Last game for the Roseburg girls was a matchup against Willamette on Tuesday earlier this week, and they fell 55-29 on the road against the Wolverines. That last game for the Indians, Roseburg kept that game close in the first half, but just couldn't keep up in the second half. They were down only 3 points at halftime, 25-22, but then Willamette outscored Roseburg in the second half 30-7. They managed just 4 points in the third quarter and 3 points in the fourth quarter, and they just could not keep up with the hot shooting Willamette Wolverines in that matchup earlier this week. Roseburg will be heading to Bend coming up after the Christmas holiday. It's the tournament time of the season with the holiday break in action. It allows a little bit more free time and for teams to be able to escape and go play some games, a couple of games in a couple of days on the road a lot of times. The Roseburg girls will be heading to Bend for the Mountain View tournament. They'll take on Lincoln, Pendleton, and North Eugene in that Mountain View tournament starting December 27th. And then after the new year, they'll get back to action on January 3rd, taking on David Douglas. And Southwest Conference play for the Roseburg girls will begin on January 14th against the Sheldon Irish. Sheldon right now leading the Southwest Conference standings through non-league play. Sheldon ranked number 15 by the OSAA at 4-1 in non-league action so far. South Medford's ranked number 3 in the state. They are 4-2 on the year. Grants Pass in third place at number 25 in the state with a 3-3 record. South Eugene is 2-4 on the year. They're ranked 26th. North Medford's ranked 36th. They're 1-4 on the year. And then there's Roseburg at 1-5, ranked 52nd by the OSAA Power Rankings. On the other side, Mountain View coming in. They've just got the one loss. This is a team mentioned last year. They pulled off the win against Roseburg. It's a team that returns a lot of players from last year's team. They only had one senior on the roster, and they had 7 players from that team last year. They had one senior, and the rest, all 7 of the rest of the players, all came back this year. They had just one senior, one junior, and 6 sophomores on the roster, so still a young team, but also a team that's experienced after playing together last year. Head coach Megan Dickerson is surrounded by family on the coaching staff for this Mountain View team. Her assistant coach is her husband, and that is Todd Dickerson. Her daughter is a senior on the team, Bailey Dickerson, and she is one of the leading scorers for this team, averaging 18.7 points per game. She is committed to go play at Northwest Nazarene Division II school in Idaho. And Bailey's younger brother, Caleb Dickerson, is actually the team manager for this Mountain View team. So it's a family affair tonight for the Dickersons and this Mountain View Cougars squad. Should be fun to see how that plays out for them throughout the season. Read a nice article from the Bend Bulletin about the family dynamic that they have for the Mountain View Cougars. Roseburg going to try and pull off a win here. It would snap a 4-game losing streak this season, and trying to get back into the win column is the Mountain View Cougars here tonight. We got a little while to go here before we get back into tonight's action, so why don't we go ahead and take a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the games going on tonight, see if we've got any scores to pass along so far. Some games going on a little earlier today, so we should have at least a couple of results to pass along, but we'll take a look at the schedule as well, tell you what's going on this evening around the Umpqua Basin and in the Southwest Conference. So stay with us, folks. We continue to bring you high school sports tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, a little bit of a delayed start with the JV game going a little long, so we are still waiting for tonight's tip-off about 11 and a half minutes from now. So we'll have that for you coming up here in just a minute. But before we get too far away from it here, and before I forget, which I tend to do, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball, the girls tonight for you. Tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Joey Keyran here with you at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium as we bring you this sports special tonight. Roseburg girls basketball on the radio for you. Along with me tonight, as always, Josh Nelson helping out with the video production and keeping a track of some of the scores going on around the Umpqua Basin here tonight. And I want to say thanks to Heather Nelson helping out with the video camera here with us this evening. It is high school sports for you tonight here on The Score. Always excited to get a chance to see more Roseburg sports action. We sometimes get a little bit pigeonholed, a little limited on what we get a chance to get out to see. So it's fun when we've got nights to be able to get out and do stuff like this, covering the Roseburg girls here tonight. Meanwhile, taking a look at what is going on tonight around some of the rest of the region. We're going to get a chance to try and take a look at some of our schedule and scores for games going on the rest of the area. And Josh Nelson has been putting together a list of the schedule tonight and taking a look at some of the scores for games that have already gone complete. So, Josh, take it away. What do we got going on around the Umpqua Basin here this evening?
All right, here's the scores, or here's the schedule for tonight. So far, boys basketball, you got Camas Valley at Siletz Valley, North Douglas at Lowell, Rogue River at Reedsport, Sutherland at Waldport. I am told that Sutherland won that game, but I do not know what the score is at this present second. Yoncalla at Scio, Cresswell at Oakland, Glide at Douglas, Susala at South Umpqua, Sheldon at Willamette, and Roosevelt at South Eugene. For girls basketball, you have Riddle at Oak Ridge, Rogue River at Reedsport, North Douglas at Lowell. Sutherland did beat Waldport 67-41 in girls basketball. Glide at Douglas, Cresswell at Oakland, Susala at South Umpqua, Rancho Cote, California at North Medford, South Medford at Del Oro High School in California. Mountain View JV did lose to the Roseburg girls JV 29-27 tonight.
All right, thank you, Josh. I did look around the region and the Southwest Conference tonight as we take a look at the schedule for games going on this evening. With the wins in that Willamina tournament tonight for the Sutherland boys and girls, that means that they will be playing in the championship games of that, a 4-team tournament. Not a lot of teams playing in there, but not a big tournament, but still a good tournament. with some solid competition for the boys and the girls from Sutherland High School. The championship game for the girls from the Willamina Basketball Invitational will be played at 4 o'clock tomorrow or thereabouts. So Dan Bain will have coverage of the Sutherland girls taking on the winner of Willamina and Santiam. And that'll be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. He'll have the coverage for you on I-101 FM and streaming with audio online at 541radio.com. And then following that game at about 5:30, the Sutherland boys will take on the winner between Willamina and Grant Union. And that game will be tomorrow at 5:30, and the Sutherland boys playing in the championship game as well. And again, that game will be on I-101 FM with Dan Bain bringing you the action from Willamina High School. So there is a schedule for some of the high school action going on coming up tomorrow. Also, some other basketball news to get to here before we get to tip-off tonight. The Roseburg boys and girls basketball teams are going to be hosting some skills camps coming up later on this month. The Roseburg High School girls basketball team is holding a skills camp for players in grades 3 through 8th grade, and that'll be December 26th through the 28th. And grades 3 through 6 will work out from 10 a.m. to 12:30 in the auxiliary gym here at Roseburg High School, while the grades 7 through 8 will practice here in the main gym at Roseburg High School from 10 till 12:30 as well. The camp running those couple of days, the cost is $50. It does include a camp t-shirt. You can pay for your registration on the first day of camp here at Roseburg High. You'll get a chance to have your young basketball athletes learn from head coach Dane Tornell, the Roseburg girls basketball program here. So get a chance to work with some of the varsity players, varsity JV players, I'm sure, during that camp as well. So Roseburg girls basketball camp, the skill camp, coming up December 26th and through the 28th here at Roseburg High. Then the Roseburg boys basketball is holding a skills camp as well. That'll go December 30th and 31st. They'll hold the camp from 8 till 11 both mornings. The cost is $40, and it'll work with students 4th through 8th grade to get a chance to work with the Roseburg boys basketball program coming up December 30th and 31st. So a chance for your young basketball players to start to learn from the big boys and girls here at Roseburg High School and start making their impact at the higher levels. And it should be fun to see how things continue to grow from those grassroots programs all the way up. We're just about 5 minutes away from a tip-off for tonight's contest between Roseburg and Mountain View. Joey Keyran here with you. Coming up tonight as well, Portland Trailblazers are in action, and that game going to be tipping off actually just right about now. The Blazers welcoming in the Orlando Magic tonight for a contest up at the Moda Center. We'll keep an eye on that contest between the Magic and the Blazers. Portland has won 3 out of their last 4 games, trying to keep a bit of a hot streak going, as Portland starting out the season pretty slow, trying to fight their way from the back of the pack into a possible playoff position in the NBA's Western Conference. Also today is the start of the bowl season in college football. We had earlier today in the Bahamas Bowl, Buffalo winning in their first matchup, or in their matchup in the bowl season, and Buffalo able to who was it that they beat earlier today, Josh?
A Florida team. It's Charter. What is it? It says Charter on here. I can't. It's Charlotte.
Charlotte. That's right. It was Charlotte. It was Buffalo and Charlotte. Game was not that long ago. I shouldn't have struggled to remember that so badly. But Buffalo winning the first one there, and then you've got Utah State and Kent State squaring off right now, and Kent State winning that matchup 32-27 early on in the fourth quarter of that bowl game, and that is the Frisco Bowl going on this evening down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And Utah State at 7-5 into that bowl game. Kent State at 6-6. And right now a 7-point game in favor of Kent State against Utah State. So we'll be keeping an eye on some of those scores going on this evening. And Portland and Orlando looks like just about to get underway, have not quite tipped off in that contest as of yet. Just a few more minutes to go here before we get this one started this evening. The Roseburg girls warming up tonight in their white jerseys, red jerseys on the other side for the Mountain View Cougars. And they're running through their pregame scrimmages as well. I think it's time now to get a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Starting lineups are brought to you by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. We'll start out with the visiting team. Tonight, Megan Dickerson, her second season leading the Mountain View Cougars. Her starting five will have 5-foot junior guard Bailey Meyer starting things off. Along with her, Bailey Dickerson, the senior 5'11" forward, averaging 18.7 points a game and 14.3 rebounds per game. Also out there to start out, a junior at 6 foot tall, a forward, Julia Toll, starting this evening. A 5'4" guard, a junior, Mia Vaquero, will start this evening. And running out the starting five will be Liliana Overcash, a 5'5" guard in the junior class for Mountain View. Your starting five there for the Cougars at 2-1 on the season. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians at 1-5 under head coach Dane Tornell. His starting lineup tonight will feature all seniors, and he tells me this is the first time they'll use this lineup this season. He wanted to recognize the seniors here this evening, reward them for the hard work they've put in, and so he'll go all 5 seniors, and it'll be Erica Allen starting out there tonight along with Emma Vredenberg, Kaylee White starting tonight, Katie Knutson, and Riley Russell. But leading scorer Jazz Murphy, he said, will be quick off the bench here this evening as well. Get out there pretty quickly, and we'll see how things continue to go. Again, the JV game went in favor of the Roseburg Indians, 29-27. We will see if the varsity program has something similar in store for us here tonight. That JV game actually a pretty interesting one all the way down to the wire. That's what led it to taking so long in that JV matchup, is that it was close all the way down to the very end with a 29-27 score in favor of the Roseburg Indians. The Roseburg boys, as we mentioned before, they are off tonight. The Roseburg boys were up in Eugene yesterday to begin playing the Emerald Shootout. They were scheduled to have a game this evening, but apparently some of the scheduling with some of the other teams didn't quite work out, and so Roseburg ended up with a game canceled for tonight, so an off night tonight, but Roseburg losing yesterday 66-42 against Willamette High School. They will play tomorrow against Roosevelt at 2 o'clock. Well, we're about ready to go for tonight's matchup. We've got the national anthem coming up here in just a moment, so we will go ahead and step away for a 2-minute break. When we come back, it's time for tip-off. So don't go anywhere. We've got Roseburg and Mountain View getting ready to square off for you tonight here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Getting ready to go for tip-off tonight here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Welcome in, everybody, to tonight's broadcast. Joey Keyran here with you, along with Josh Nelson. Back in the studio, didn't say thanks and hello this evening to Cruz Ibanez back there running the show for us on the radio side of things here on this Friday night. Getting ready for the holiday break for schools around the area and around the state. We've got Roseburg High School holding their final day of classes today before everybody takes a break. We'll get most of this next week off for most teams. There is a couple of teams that will be playing right after the Christmas holiday, and we'll see things picking up as we make our way towards New Year's as well. A lot of tournament action going on over the holiday break. Roseburg coming in wearing their white jerseys tonight. Numbers in black on the back, outlined in orange. Indians across the chest for the Roseburg girls. On the other side, you've got the red road jerseys for Mountain View. Black offset, the black numbers on the back outlined in a silver gray. And across the chest on the front side, Cougars for Mountain View. Getting ready to go here tonight. The two teams will meet in the center circle. Getting ready to tip. Roseburg should be going left to right on your radio dial, and Mountain View going right to left. That did get confused. It was kind of interesting. I got here at the very start of the JV game, and it was a little bit of confusion there. They had them going the wrong directions to start out that ball game. We'll make sure that does not happen here tonight. In the center circle for Roseburg, Katie Knutson will jump. She goes up against Bailey Dickerson. No heights listed for the Roseburg girls, so I'm not sure really how to tell you the height advantage of that one, but winning the tip is Katie Knutson. The Roseburg girls will have it. They'll go right to the baseline. A shot off the mark for Erica Allen, but the rebound tipped back out to the top, and Roseburg will get a second look on the possession. Moving left to right, driving right side of the lane, dribbles that off her knee, but able to keep possession. Erica Allen tries to enter it into the paint, and it is stolen away by Mountain View. They'll bring it up, moving right to left on your radio dial. Out at the top, handling the basketball, Liliana Overcash. She hands it off to Vaquero. Mia Vaquero losing a handle on it, but a foul is called. And they call that one on Emma Vredenberg. So you've got Meyer, Dickerson, Toll, Vaquero, and Overcash out on the floor for Mountain View. Out to the far side, Overcash going to try a three. It's short. Rebound comes right down to Roseburg. With the rebound is Kaylee White. White picking up the rebound. She'll hustle down the far side of the floor. As bringing the ball up is Erica Allen. Passes to the left side of the floor to Vredenberg. They try to go on the give and go, and the bounce pass to Knutson got away, and the officials will signal balling going to Mountain View. And for Roseburg, again, their starting five, all seniors, Allen, Vredenberg, White, Knutson, and Russell, all out there on the floor to start here in the first half. In the backcourt, a little bit of pressure from Roseburg. Soft pressure, though, and weaving their way up the floor. Mountain View will get into the half court. Pass to the far corner. Bailey Meyer back out to the top. Dickerson going to drive, one bounce, and then she passes it away. Out to the top. Vaquero, now they work it to the near side. It's going to be a corner three, and it's good for Bailey Dickerson. She'll get the first points of the ball game, 3-0 Mountain View. A minute 20 into this contest. To the near side, Allen fighting off a defender, will get free, gets it, a screen, puts a player on the floor, almost gets stepped on her head, driving to the basket. And a shot up for Erica Allen, draws a foul on the ground. I believe that was Emma Vredenberg that got knocked over as she tried to set a screen. And as the play continued, a defender, not purposely, but almost stepped on her head there, it looked like, as she was trying to keep up with her player. At the free throw line, Erica Allen missing the front end of her two shots. Roseburg trailing 3-0, 6:31 to go first quarter. Second free throw coming here for Allen. Second free throw is short. Rebound, fought for it underneath, and up with the loose ball is Bailey Meyer for Mountain View. Up the floor, they try to press it. Picked off, though, by Knutson, and she saves it back inbound to Riley Russell, who will bring it up the floor. Crossover out at the top, marked by Dickerson. She'll pass it away. At the top with it is Vredenberg. Looking to bounce it in the middle. She'll go late. Now with it, Knutson from the left side. Turnaround jump shot is good for Katie Knutson. Gets Roseburg back within one, trailing 3-2. Out to pass out to midcourt. Toll with it. Back to Vaccaro, who brings it across the timeline. Overcash. Now to Dickerson, driving left side of the lane. She pulls up from 8 feet. Her shot was short, but it's tipped down last touch by Roseburg. Bailey Dickerson averaging just under 19 points per game this season. Expect to see a lot out of her here tonight. Now she tries to hand it off to a teammate, and driving in the middle, Meyer got her shot blocked. Now the pass goes out to the far side, though, as the possession stayed with Mountain View, and knocking down the three is Vaquero, and that makes it 6-2. Mountain View in front on the far side, battling with defense right in her face. Kaylee White drawing a foul on the far sideline as she tried to avoid getting trapped. And White will get substituted out. Coming in, Jazz Murphy. Jazz Murphy, the junior. Pressure, got to get the ball in. Murphy will fight free through the defense to finally get open to receive the inbound pass from Erica Allen on the left side of the wing with the basketball. Knutson looking underneath. Tries to lob it over the top of the defense to Russell, and the ball gets tipped away. Up the floor, here comes Dickerson from the left side. Her lay-in attempt is too strong, but a whistle stops play, and that's going to be a foul against Knutson. Knutson picking up her first. Second team foul against the Indians. 6-2 our score with 5:14 to go here in the first quarter. At the line will be Dickerson. And she's long on the first shot. Bailey Dickerson, last time these two teams met last year, she had 28 points in the victory for Mountain View. Hit 2 3-pointers in that contest. She has one so far. She hits the second of the 2 free throws, stretching it to a 5-point lead in favor of Mountain View. 7-2, working against the full court pressure. Bringing the ball up the floor, Knutson passes it away to Murphy. Murphy to the top with the dribble, around a screen, can't get free. Lobs it to the near side. Collecting it, Russell tried to drive, can't get the edge around Dickerson, bounces it underneath to Allen, got bumped, no whistle. A reverse lay-in attempt by Allen, a bit too strong, tipped out of bounds, stays with the Indians. I'm surprised no whistle on the entry pass. Allen looked like she got bumped off her spot. They let him play. Now Erica Allen will be inbounding from underneath the basket on the baseline. She'll go right in the middle. It's a catch and shoot, and the jumper for Knutson is good. Katie Knutson with another 2. She's got 4. Roseburg back within 3. 7-4 your score, midway point here in the first quarter. Dickerson breaks the press across the timeline, pass into the corner. A 3 is long, high rebound. Knutson pulls it down, almost has it ripped out of her hands, now fights it away, but the whistle will call a jump ball before Knutson was able to get full possession of that basketball off the missed 3 from Julia Toll. Inbound from underneath the basket with the possession arrow in their favor. Mountain View will have it. Bounce back into the middle. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Shot missed by Overcash, but the offensive board will keep the possession for Mountain View. Now a 3 from Overcash in the corner. No good. Fight for the rebound, and it's self-inflicted damage there for the Cougars. You had Dickerson fighting along with Vaquero for the rebound, and they end up knocking it out of each other's hands. It'll go to Roseburg. Full pressure again from Mountain View, and Murphy doing a nice job dribbling up the floor. She draws a foul before she dribbles it off her foot out of bounds. A pushing foul going to be called against Bailey Meyer, picking up the foul, and I believe that's going to be her second. She'll head to the bench. It is the second against Meyer. She'll have a stint on the bench as Roseburg quickly goes on the inbound pass underneath, and the newly entered player is Hannah Hansen at 6 feet tall underneath. She was applying the pressure on Katie Knutson, but they blow the whistle as Knutson got pushed too far underneath the basket on her shot attempt, but she'll get a chance to shoot 2 free throws. Roseburg so far is scoreless from the free throw line. 4:05 to go first quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Mercy Medical Center and by our friends at Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Katie Knutson at the line misses the first. She's got all 4 points for Roseburg so far in this contest. 7-4 our score, first quarter. Second free throw, a little strong. Rebound tipped up. Erica Allen will pull it in, and Roseburg will get another look. A shot rattles around and out. The rebound tipped up. Murphy will pull it in. The shot from Russell was off. It was halfway down before it came out. Now Allen gets an open look at a 3 from the far side, and it's no good. And a whistle on the rebound. They are going to call the foul as Erica Allen tried to get her own rebound after her miss on the 3. And she was a bit aggressive with the track down, called for the foul. Third foul against Roseburg. 7-4 the score here with 3:45 to play in the first quarter. Across the timeline. And they're going to call an over and back. Didn't get established on the other side of half court. Overcash. They'd gotten it across half court, and the pass went back towards the midcourt line, and Overcash hadn't established herself in the half court before she caught the ball, so they call the over and back. Roseburg will get it off the turnover. 3:32 to play first quarter. Out at the top, Allen, pitch and catch with Vredenberg. Now to the near side to Murphy. Across the floor from Murphy to Vredenberg. She gets it back at the top. Going to try to drive through the zone. A scoop shot, no good. And a foul called against Mountain View. 5th against the Cougars. And the foul called against Hannah Hansen. That'll be her second here early on. To the free throw line will go Jazz Murphy, her first chance at points so far tonight, and the free throw rims out. Roseburg so far 0 for 4 from the line in the contest. Substitution in, but a timeout called down on the floor. Let's go ahead and take it as well. Quick 30-second break. We'll come back with more of the first quarter action. 7-4, Roseburg trailing against Mountain View with 3:19 to go here on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Another free throw coming for Jazz Murphy out of the Mountain View timeout. Joey Kieran here with you from Roseburg High School. The Roseburg girls tonight taking on the Mountain View Cougars. Right now 7-4. Our score make it 7-5 as Murphy will bank in the second free throw. 3:18 to go. 2-point game. Roseburg trying to stay here early on with Mountain View trying to stay close. Pass across the floor, makes it to Overcash on the near side, into the corner for Dickerson. Catch, she squares it up, doesn't take the three-point shot, drives in. She'll get the bucket and a foul. Bailey Dickerson, her first 2-point field goal of the night. She's got 6 in the ball game. And she heads to the free throw line to try and add to it. Stretches it back out to a 4-point lead, trying to make it 3 at the stripe. She got the head fake from the corner, drove in, and got a shot to drop after taking a lot of contact. Her free throw no good, but offensive rebound, put back no good from Julia Toll. And they call another jump ball, and this time it goes in favor of Roseburg on the possession arrow. So the Indians will get it. Full court pressure coming from the Cougars. Katie Knutson takes a seat for Roseburg, and Chelsea Miller will check in, the sophomore. Pass into the middle of the zone defense, up the floor to Miller. She got free, and she'll lay it in off the bench, and an early impact for Chelsea Miller. Now Roseburg trying to use full court pressure on the other side against Mountain View. They break it, lob into the middle. It's a little too strong, but able to stay with it. The Cougars have it out on the left wing. Overcash, pass out to the top to Dickerson. Drives right side, steps through the defense, and a nifty shot. Scooping it up off the glass. In the box, it falls right through. And Bailey Dickerson has another 2. 11-7, back to a 4-point lead. Pass into the middle. Russell with it, tries to square it up, passes it away. Murphy out at the top, back out to the far side to Vredenberg. Gets it back at the top straight away. She'll try the 3. It's off the mark and out of bounds to Mountain View. She had a look for a moment, but the defense did a nice job of closing quick, and I think they got a hand in her face at the last minute that threw off her shot. Foul called on the other side, trying to break out in front of the defense. Roseburg collapsing on the Mountain View player, called for the foul. Coming into the game will be Kalina Anderson for Roseburg. And a timeout going to be taken by Roseburg with 2:11 to go so far here in the first quarter. It's a 4-point game, 11-7. Mountain View currently leading Roseburg. We'll keep it right here. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. And by our friends over at Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Now, tonight we are here at home at Roseburg High School, getting a chance to cover the Roseburg girls basketball team for the first time this season. Hope to see if we can find another opportunity to do so throughout the rest of the school year. Coming up this weekend here on The Score, you'll be able to tune in for some college hoops coming up tomorrow. We've got NFL action, 2 games out of the triple header, and then we've got Oregon State men's basketball starting tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Out of the timeout, into the corner, Liliana Overcash driving baseline. She got trapped with the basketball, couldn't find someone to go to. Ball tipped out of her hands by Riley Russell. It stays with the Cougars. Overcash will inbound it from the baseline. Looking, taking her time, now inbounds it. Gets it into Riley Johnson, who has come into the game. Johnson driving in right side. A shot no good. Tip on the rebound. A fight for it. And they call a foul against Mountain View. And the foul goes against Riley Johnson. Just entered into the game, and she picks up a foul trying to get the rebound on her own miss. Roseburg down by 4. Under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Lob down the floor. He finds Anderson. Back out to the top as Roseburg will reset in the half court. On the near side, Murphy with it. Pass across the floor. Back out to the top, Murphy. Now into the corner. Erica Allen, catch and shoot, corner 3. She's got it. First 3 of the night for the Roseburg girls. And they're back within 1. 11-10 your score. 1:28 to go first quarter. Overcash with it, looking down the floor to break the press. Gets the pass back into her hands. Now works it to the far side of the floor. And up the floor on the sideline. Vaquero dribbles with the basketball, pass it away. Dickerson to the top. Johnson enters it in underneath, feeding it to Julia Toll. And she is fouled as the entry pass comes in. Chelsea Miller picking up her first. 16 fouls against both sides so far. Inbound at the baseline for the Cougars. Catch and shoot out the top, of 3 for Dickerson is off. Pulling down the rebound is Anderson. She'll bring it up into the half court. Gets it to Allen. Wanted to attack, but passes it away. They'll set up. Call for a couple of screens. On the backside, open for a moment was Allen, but they didn't get it to her in time. Murphy now will have it. Dribbles to the top, bounces it to Russell. Looking to her right. Now will lob it into the corner. Murphy catches in the corner, drives in, and a 3 in the key called against Roseburg. I believe that'll be against Chelsea Miller in the key. And Roseburg will turn it back over after what was looking like a decent offensive session. Quickly up the floor comes Dickerson, out racing her defender, but she has to turn it back around out to the top. Working against this 2-3 zone from Roseburg. In the middle of it, pulling up for the jump shot. It's good for Overcash. First points of the night for Liliana Overcash. She's got 2. It's back to a 3-point game. 13-10, 24 seconds to play. First quarter. Coming to get the basketball at the top. Anderson looking to the right. Gets it to Russell. Looking underneath, out to the top to Murphy. 15 seconds, almost lost a handle on it. Gets it back, dribbles to her right side, passes it. Anderson a long 2. Off the backboard, it's good. Kalina Anderson for 2. Roseburg back within 1. 4 seconds to play, first quarter. Dickerson to half court. She'll launch it from there. It's good if it goes, and it hits the front iron, no good. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's 13-12 in favor of the Mountain View Cougars. Back after this 60-second break here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy. I'm not getting drowned out by the crowd, am I? Could I make? Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg Football on 541radio.com.
Start the second quarter. Roseburg is trailing by 1 against Mountain View. 13-12 your score. Mountain View will start with the basketball. Again, they're moving right to left in the red jerseys. Roseburg in their home whites. Pass into the corner for the Cougars. Driving baseline. Shot too strong from the right side. for Riley Johnson, and Roseburg comes down with the offside rebound, limiting to one just possession there for Mountain View. A pass underneath, and it's an offensive foul called against Roseburg on the other side. I believe they called that one against Jazz Murphy trying to get free. And no, they call it against Chelsea Miller. Excuse me, she must have been the one setting the screen to try and get Jazz Murphy free. Up the floor. Overcash looking to her right. She'll pass that direction, but gets it right back from Vaquero. Now to the near side. Johnson looking to the top. Wanted to drive with the left hand. Doesn't take off, though, to Overcash at the top. On the right side of the lane, beyond the perimeter. She'll pass to the far wing. Driving in. Got bumped. The shot won't go. Headed to the line will go Maria Vaquero. She'll get a chance to shoot her first free throws of the night. She had 3 points in the first quarter. Leading the way for Mountain View with 8 points was Bailey Dickerson. Leading the way for Roseburg in the first quarter with 4 points was Katie Knutson. Should be a 2-shot foul here. Mountain View is into the bonus, so they wanted to confirm that it was a shooting foul and not a 1-and-1 opportunity. First free throw rattles around and will fall through for Vaquero. She makes the first free throw. Coming out of the game, Chelsea Miller will check out. Back in is Katie Knutson. Roseburg basketball tonight brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Back to a three-point game, 15-12. Mountain View leading Roseburg here early going, opening minute of the second quarter. Russell comes to get it at the top. Ball over her head, looking to pass underneath. It's not there for her. And out to the top to Erica Allen, who will draw it back out and get ready to reset the offense. To the near side, out at the wing. With it is Knutson. Looking for the cutter underneath. Can't find anybody open. She has to pass it away. Murphy will have it. She dribbles to the top. Roseburg will stack 3 players on the left side. She drives to the right, looking for the give and go with Russell. It's not there. To Allen at the top. Roseburg taking a lengthy possession here. Calling for help. Erica Allen needs somebody. That ball tipped. No. Roseburg calling for a tip ball into the backcourt. The official saying no, that one was just off of Knutson, and Roseburg will get called for the over and back. 6:29 to go second quarter. 3-point lead for Mountain View. Their largest lead has been 5 points in this game. Roseburg hasn't allowed them to get away. Out at the top, Overcash nearly had it taken away by Murphy. Finds an open Dickerson. Her three, though, is off the mark, and a great job fighting for the rebound by Anderson. Roseburg, a better job so far here in the second quarter of limiting the opportunities on the offensive side for Mountain View, not giving them multiple looks. Out at the top, Allen passes left side to Knutson, out beyond the wing by 10 feet. Holds with the basketball. She hasn't used her dribble, but she'll pass it, and a timeout called by Coach Dane Tornell, not seeing the offensive movement that he wants. 5:49 to go here in the second quarter. It's 15-12. Roseburg trailing Mountain View. Let's take a quick 30-second break. Come back with more of the action here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Roseburg in the timeout here, taking a full timeout. While we've got time in the break, let you know tonight's game's been brought to you by Aviva Health and by our friends at Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Right now, Mountain View leading 15-12. They were playing tight defense against Roseburg, not allowing anything to escape. And Roseburg having to call a timeout as the offense was stalling in the half court. So out of the timeout, what does head coach Dane Tornell draw up for the Indians? Murphy has it, passes to Allen on the left side. At the wing, looking for cutters through the middle. It's not there. It's a man defense now from Mountain View. To the near side, Murphy with it, going to try to attack. She gets behind her defender, but her shot is just a little low off the basket, and a foul called after the offensive rebound for Kalina Anderson. Anderson doing a nice job on the glass tonight. She's got 2 points, but she's been picking up rebounds. That time off the shot by Murphy. And we are into the bonus now for both teams, so it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Kalina Anderson. The junior will head to the free throw line for her first shots from the stripe tonight. They're going to call a lane violation against Roseburg. Even though she made the free throw, the bucket won't count. I believe they called a lane violation on Anderson, saying that her shoe was over the line. 5:29 to go, second quarter. It remains a 3-point ball game. Roseburg going with the full court press. Coming into the ball game is Friedenberg back in off the bench. Pass to the near side with it. Vaquero into the middle, back out to Overcash at the top. Her three misses everything and out of bounds. So the ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Roseburg. Erica Allen comes out of the game. Jazz Murphy right back in after a quick breather. Allen, Knutson, Anderson, Friedenberg, and Russell out there on the floor. To the top for Riley Russell. Looking underneath on the give and go. It wasn't there. Trying to find a cutter. She'll lob it across the floor to Friedenberg, who just sets up for a three. It's just off the mark. Long rebound out into the corner. Pulled in by Johnson. Overcash will bring it across the timeline through the center circle. Goes right to the free throw line for Dickerson. Offensive? Yes! Dickerson going to pick up an offensive foul, knocking a Roseburg player to the floor. And I believe it was Kalina Anderson that draws the charge. She has been doing a lot of things that aren't going to necessarily show up in the stat book tonight. Making an impact off the bench for the Roseburg girls this evening. 15-12 your score, 4:40 to play. Second quarter, Roseburg within 3. So far, just 2 points in the second quarter scored by Mountain View. On the far side, Anderson with it, looking underneath on the cutter, tries to lob it over the defense, too strong, and a turnover for Roseburg. Tried to get it to Knutson, who was cutting to the hoop, and if they could have placed that lob just perfect, it would have worked out all right, but that is a tough pass to connect on. Full court pressure in the backcourt, Murphy and Friedenberg. They'll have to retreat. Mountain View brings it up the floor, out to the top, Overcash with it. Back to the near side. Vaquero to Overcash, looking to the right to Johnson. She catches at the wing. Roseburg has the 2-3 zone going, trying to limit, and they'll call a three in the key. This time against Julia Toll. Toll at 6 feet tall, and then they've got Dickerson at 5'11". The size advantage down in the middle, and Roseburg with that 2-3 zone really limiting the availability of passes into the middle. Riley Russell out at the top, right of the key. Passes straight away. Anderson beyond the arc. Passing Murphy. She follows right on the right side, but following right through the lane, and Murphy can't get a clean look at a lay-in. It's off, and up the floor comes Dickerson for Mountain View. And it's an offensive again. Second charge of the quarter for Bailey Dickerson, and she turns it back over to Roseburg with her second foul. 3:43 to go here in the first half. Roseburg keeping it a tight ball game, down by just one possession, 15-12. Near side, Friedenberg with it. To the top, Knutson looking underneath. Anderson was open for a minute. She got lost behind the defense, but they couldn't quite find a way to feed it through. Now dumping it through the middle, cutting to the hoop. Riley Russell gets fouled as she tries to go with the spin move. And the senior Riley Russell will head to the free throw line, a chance to get Roseburg back within a point. First free throws of the night for Riley Russell. So far, Roseburg is 1 of 5 from the line. This evening's game brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1939. And a proud sponsor of Roseburg basketball, Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Grab a refreshing, delicious Pepsi today. Second free throw goes through for Russell. 1 out of 2 on the trip. Makes it a 2-point ball game, and Roseburg will put pressure on in the backcourt again. To the near side. Vaquero trying to weave through, pass it up the floor to Johnson. And to Dickerson out at the top, she'll run the point. Now she picks up her dribble, has to pass it away, almost got caught off balance with a travel into the corner. Vaquero, a three is good. Mia Vaquero will hit her second three of the night. With 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, makes it a 5-point game, matching the largest of the evening. Driving right side, Vredenberg too strong on her pull-up jumper from 6 feet. Mountain View down with the rebound, trying to put on a run here at the end of the first half to really build a lead against Roseburg. It's been a tight game all night. Into the middle, pass into the corner. Dickerson back out to the top. Vaquero, she'll pass it away again in the corner. Dickerson a three. It's long. Rebound is collected by Russell. Dickerson now 1 of 5 from behind the arc. Up the floor to Anderson. Kalina Anderson, her second field goal. She's 2 of 2. And Roseburg back within 3. A much-needed basket before the break. Into the middle of the backcourt defense. Dickerson gets it to Overcash, and she brings it up the far side, working against Murphy. Hands it off, driving left side. Johnson had it stripped out of her hands, but a whistle. And Knutson looks to the bench and looks to Coach Tornell and says, I don't know what they saw there, but I don't think I did it. She's not going to get the call. And that'll send Riley Johnson goes to the line. They actually called the foul against Kalina Anderson, not against Knutson, who thought she had drawn a foul there. It'll be the first against Anderson. At the line, the free throw dies on the rim and falls through for Riley Johnson. Her first free throw of the night. She'll have a second one coming. 4-point game. She's going to try and put it back to 5. 2:12 to go here in the first half. Second free throw off the mark on the right side. Pulled down by Murphy on the rebound. Jazz will pass it up the floor to Anderson. Racing up the near side to the corner for Vredenberg. Forces one down in the middle to Knutson. Back out to the top. Russell on the far side. Head fake across the floor. Vredenberg looking underneath again, and the ball poked away from behind. It's loose on the floor. Dickerson comes up with it. Breaking out in front of everybody, and she'll lay it in from the left side. Bailey Dickerson. And it's a 6-point game, largest lead of the night for Mountain View. And attacking on the other side, Vredenberg goes right to the rim, and Emma Vredenberg, no problem going coast to coast for 2. It's a 4-point game, make it a 5-point game. No, 4-point, excuse me. 21-17, a minute 28 to play here in the second quarter. To the near side, Overcash, back to the top to Dickerson. She's going to work one-on-one against Knutson. Passes it away into the corner. A bump by Anderson, no whistle. She dribbled it off her foot, and Coach Megan Dickerson wondering why no whistle on that bump. Up the floor on the near side, Russell to the top. Jazz Murphy. Vredenberg gets it on the right wing. Dribbles with her left hand to the top. Underhand pass to Anderson. Anderson gets cut off at the elbow. Pass to the far side of the floor. Driving with the left hand. Too strong, but the offside rebound is collected by Anderson, and she's too strong with her shot. Vredenberg with the miss. Rebound to Anderson. She had the miss. 2 attempts, and Roseburg can't get one to fall. Remains a 4-point game on the other side. Vredenberg almost picks off a pass to the corner to Vaquero, but tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Mountain View. 41.5 seconds to play here in the first half. Riley Russell comes out of the game. Erica Allen will come back in. Inbound is going to be deep in the corner here on the near sideline. Out to the top. Far side with it. Dickerson checks the clock. Around a screen with 30 seconds to go. She passes it to Overcash here on the near side, out beyond the perimeter. Mountain View holding for the final shot of the first half. Just playing keep away at the moment while they wait for the clock to tick down and they can set up their shot. Dickerson holds out at the right side. She'll get a screen. Gets a switch. It's Murphy working against the bigger Dickerson. She's going to drive, pass into the corner. Driving in. Johnson got pushed hard, goes down. Launches a shot, but it's wild, and she'll head to the line. They call the foul against Kalina Anderson. That'll be her second. It is the double bonus, although I think it was going to be a shooting foul. And so heading back to the free throw line will be Riley Johnson, the junior. Was 1 of 2 on her last trip there. First shot of 2. And it rims out. Tonight's Roseburg girls basketball game is also brought to you by Kegel Communications, by our friends at Terra Firma Foundations, Dr. Lanson Randall, and by Roseburg Refrigeration. Second free throw here is good. So again, 1 of 2 out of the line for Riley Johnson. A 6-point game. Pass stolen away. Johnson has it. Gets to overcash the shot before the buzzer. Off. No good. And that will be the end of the first half. Our score, 22-17. The Mountain View Cougars leading the way going into the break, up by 6, matching their largest lead of the night. We've got your more well-drilling halftime show coming up when we return. Roseburg basketball, the girls on the radio tonight. We've got it streaming online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back here at halftime, it's our more well-drilling halftime show. The Roseburg girls trailing right now against Mountain View 22-17, a close ball game here tonight. That's what Roseburg had in their last game against Willamette. We'll see if they can keep it tighter in the second half than they did against the Wolverines earlier this week. Roseburg scoring just 7 points after a 3-point game at halftime. Roseburg just scored 7 points in the second half against Willamette on Tuesday as they faded for a loss there against the Wolverines. Tonight, they've been really tight throughout this first half against the Mountain View, trailing by 6 at the moment, matching the largest deficit of the game for the Roseburg girls. We'll see if they're able to hold on in the second half, keep this one interesting to the final horn. It was a tight one in the first half. Roseburg fell behind by 5, but kept it pretty close. Trailed by 1 at the end of the first quarter, 13-12. In the second quarter, 9 points for Mountain View, 5 points for Roseburg. Both defenses coming up with some good designs and really limiting what teams were able to do in the second quarter. Low-scoring affair there, and that brings us to our 22-17 score here at the halftime break. Coming up here during the halftime break, we'll get a chance to look at some of our individual statistics from the first half of tonight's game. Those are brought to you by Lamert Orthodontics. Embrace life. Call their Roseburg office at 673-0924. We'll also take a look at some of the other scores from around the Umpqua Basin and games of note, so stay tuned for that. We will have Josh Nelson giving us a quick scoreboard update here at the halftime break as well. We'll go ahead and take another break, come back with a look at the individual statistics for you after this on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Here at halftime, it's more of the Well Drilling Halftime Show. Joey Kieran with you. Josh Nelson will check in with him in just a moment to give us a look at what's going on and some of the other action here this evening on a Friday night before high schools and schools all over breaking for the holidays. And we'll check in on what's going on with some of our local teams. We also will check in Portland Trailblazers in action tonight, as well as college football going on this evening. So we'll try to get you a robust scoreboard update here in just a moment. But before we do that, let's take a look at individual scoring from tonight's matchup. First half action so far. For the visiting Mountain View Cougars, leading the way with 10 points in the ballgame is Bailey Dickerson, 8 points in the first quarter, and has 10 here at halftime. 8 points in the game for Mia Vaccaro. And behind them, you've got 2 points for Riley Johnson, 2 points for Liliana Overcash. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians, leading scorer so far in the first half is Kalina Anderson with 4 and Katie Knutson with 4. 3 points for Erica Allen, 2 for Emma Vredenberg, 2 for Chelsea Miller, and a point for Riley Russell and a point for Jazz Murphy as well. And that is a look at your stat update here at halftime, brought to you by Lamert Orthodontics. Taking a look at some of the scores going on around the region of note and games kind of interest here this evening. Josh Nelson taking a look at things. Josh?
All right, Joey, thanks. In boys basketball, Sutherland was at Waldport. Sutherland won 72-53. Also in boys basketball, South Medford was at Los Molinos, California. South Medford ends up winning that one 63-43. Go ahead into girls basketball. Rogue River at Reedsport. Rogue River beats Reedsport 70-26. North Douglas ends up beating Lowell 41-31. And then earlier in tonight's ball, or in the JV game here for the girls, Roseburg girls won against the Mountain View JV 29-27. Portland is ahead of Orlando 40-29 with 6:28 left to go in the second period there. And then in the bowl games, it looks like Kent State is on top by 10 points against Utah State, 51-41 with 1:56 left to go. Utah State has the ball. And then Charlotte ended up falling to Buffalo 31-9 earlier today in the first bowl game of the season.
All right, thank you, Josh. A look at our scores there. We'll go ahead and take a quick 60-second break, come back with the second half action. This has been your Well Drilling Halftime Show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Back here for the second half action. Before we get it started, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. About to tip off the second half. Roseburg trailing 22-17. A 6-point lead. Actually making a 5-point lead here at halftime. As the Roseburg Indians will start out with the basketball in the second half. They'll start with the seniors, I believe, out on the floor again. And a pass to the top by Kaylee White is going to be just over the head of Erica Allen. And it'll be a turnover to start things for Roseburg here in the second half. Trailing by 5. I think I was saying earlier trailing by 6. They are down by 5 here at the halftime break, so just one shy of their largest deficit at 6. But it's been a close game throughout this one for Roseburg. For Mountain View, pass to the near side to Overcash. She drives in the middle of the defense. Scoop shot, the bucket, and a foul. And Liliana Overcash will head to the line for a three-point play. Your starters here for the second half. Overcash at the line. You've got Bailey Meyer out on the floor, along with Mia Vaquero, Julia Toll, and then Bailey Dickerson out there on the floor to start for Mountain View. Free throw from Overcash, no good, and pulling down the rebound is Knutson. For Roseburg, Erica Allen. Into the middle, Knutson. A turnaround jumper is good. Katie Knutson with 2. 24-19. So a minute away, and both teams with a bucket so far. Into the corner, a 3 for Mountain View. Off the mark, getting her own rebound, though, is Meyer. And she'll give it alive, keep it alive for Mountain View. And lighting up her second 3 of the game, Bailey Dickerson, a 3 there. Makes it 27-19. 8-point lead now for Mountain View is the largest of the game for the Cougars. Vredenberg, a travel. She wanted to pass, drug her back foot, then did pass it away, and the official on the near side saw it. Catches the turnover there for Roseburg. So the starters here, in the second half, it is the seniors. You've got Vredenberg, Knutson, Erica Allen, Kaylee White, and Riley Russell out there to start for the Indians here in the second half. Out at the top, driving with the right hand, Meyer passes it away, Overcash into the lane, gets stopped in the paint. She's got to get clear. She will. Back out, Overcash now a wing 3. It's just long, and the rebound comes out. Erica Allen will pick it. Up the floor, Allen brings it across the timeline to the near side to Vredenberg. Vredenberg pass to White. White going to dribble, right-handed, now picks it up, back to the top to Allen. Dribbling back to the right side, over the top to the corner to Russell, trying to enter it down to Knutson. Backs her way in, a bucket and the foul. Katie Knutson, 4 points in the quarter, trying to make it 5 and trying to keep Roseburg in this one. Back to a 6-point margin, trying to cut it down to 5. Free throw here for Katie Knutson is right through. First free throw made tonight for her, 1 of 3 from the line. Pass to the near side, pressure in the backcourt by Roseburg. Dickerson's going to beat Knutson across the timeline, but from behind, Knutson tips it away, and it's taken away by Roseburg. A steal for Katie. She made it a 5-point game on the free throw, now trying to get Roseburg another possession, and the entry pass underneath to Erica Allen is stolen away, and then Allen going to get called for the foul, putting pressure on in the backcourt. as Vaquero was trying to break the press up the floor. They call the foul against Allen. I believe that'll be her second. Second team foul against Roseburg here in the third quarter. Into the backcourt, bringing it up will be Meyer. Dribbling up with the left hand on the far side. Crossover against White. Dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds. It'll go to the Indians. No, they originally, they were going to give it to Mountain View, and then it was overruled. It looked like it dribbled right off of her own foot there for Meyer. And the officials will eventually come to that conclusion. 5-point game, 5:33 to play here in the third quarter. Roseburg needing a bucket to stop the Tide from Mountain View. Driving right side, a launch shot by Kaylee White is just off, but she draws a foul. They call that one against Meyer. And if I'm not mistaken, that'll be the third for Bailey Meyer, the junior. Kaylee White inbounds and into the corner. Erica Allen, her three off the back iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Vaquero. 1 of 3 now from behind the arc for Erica Allen tonight. On the other side, Roseburg pokes it away from behind again, and the steal goes up to Friedenberg. Dribbling through traffic out to the far side. Kaylee White, a three, rims out. Halfway down before it comes out. And the rebound comes down to Mountain View. Up the floor. Overcash on the near side to the top to Dickerson. Puts her head down. Drives left side. Then a late pass into the corner. Meyer in the lane. Stops. Makes a late pass to her teammate in the middle. That was Toll. Now out to the far side. A three off the mark for Dickerson. Fight for the rebound, and it's out to the top to Mountain View. They'll keep the possession. A reset for a second look. Out at the top with it. Dickerson looks to her mom, but now her coach right now. They draw a fine line between mom and coach when the two kind of have to know when one is one and the other is the other. Driving baseline. Kicking it back out is Toll. They'll reset. Dickerson going to launch a three. Back iron. Rebound down to Riley Russell. Roseburg with the stop. Up the floor quickly. Erica Allen lost the handle on it and turns it back over on the far sideline. Substitutions coming in. Coming out of the game will be Toll. And back in for her is Hannah Hansen, the junior, 6-foot center. Inbound goes to Overcash to bring it up the floor. Waiting to check in at the next dead ball will be Jazz Murphy. Left side around a screen, got free, and right to the rim, able to get a floater for an easy two. Liliana Overcash. She's got 6 points in the game now, 4 here in the quarter. A pass to the far side intended for Kaylee White, but she had the defender all over and couldn't fight through it to get free. And the ball goes out of bounds. White will head to the bench as Jazz Murphy comes in. Man, Kaylee White got robbed of a three that was halfway down before it spit back out. Had a good look at it, just could not get it to fall. Would have been a big three for Roseburg here in the third quarter. 7-point game, 29-22, 3:44 to go. A screen going the opposite direction, a bucket and a foul. And they don't count. They call the foul before the shot for Overcash. And so not a shooting foul, no two. It'll stay a 7-point margin. So inbound from the baseline here, Overcash looking to her right. Now bounces it into the middle, and he somehow makes its way to Dickerson, but her shot, turnaround jumper, no good, and it'll work out for Roseburg. They get the stop. Only one attempt on that possession for the Cougars. Knutson picks up her dribble, passes also into the game for Roseburg. Kalina Anderson, she's going to go right side and goes all the way to the rim. Uses the glass for two, and it's a 5-point game again, 29-24. Roseburg not letting Mountain View get too far ahead. Overcash brings it across the timeline. Allen marking her. She'll screen, go left side of it. Pass to the far side to Dickerson. Setting another screen was Hansen, and a blocking foul going to be called against Erica Allen. And if I'm not mistaken, that'll be the third against her. Coming into the game will be Riley Johnson. She checks in for Bailey Meyer, excuse me. I think they might have turned that call against Riley Russell instead of Erica Allen. That would be the first for Russell. And while I was saying that, 2 points. 2 points for Mountain View, and they lead once again by 7. Murphy tries an entry pass, and it's knocked down by Overcash, and she'll take it away. Crossover dribble, she brings it up against Murphy. Crossover goes to her left around the screen from Hanson. Now Dickerson uses a screen from Hanson, pulls up for the long two, no good. Rebound comes down to Erica Allen. Up the floor, far side. Anderson pulls back for a long two, and she drains it. Sharp shooting from Kalina Anderson. With 2:13 to play here in the second quarter, it's back to a 5-point game, 31-26. And a timeout down on the floor taken by Mountain View. 31-26 our score with 2:11 to play. We'll take a quick 30-second break, come back with more of the action. Roseburg girls basketball tonight here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
It's a 5-point ball game here in the second half of this contest. Roseburg trailing 31-26 against the visiting Mountain View Cougars. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by Jiffy Lube and Champion Car Wash, and by DC Farmers Co-op. Second half action for us here. Stay with us for the post-game show once this game goes complete tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in here on this Friday night around the Umpqua Basin and beyond. Roseburg trying to get their second win of the season, snap a 5-game losing streak. They've been playing tough with Mountain View here this evening. Inbound in the backcourt for Liliana Overcash. She'll bring it up the floor. Out at the top with it now, Dickerson. To the near side to Overcash again. Overcash dribbling with her left hand, working against Anderson, who's going to pick up the foul. Got her out of position just a bit and draws for the block. Substitution will be Chelsea Miller in for Riley Russell. Minute 51 to play in the third quarter. Erica Allen will mark the inbounder. It goes to Dickerson out near the midcourt stripe. Back to Overcash on the near side to set things up. She dribbles out between the circles, pauses, bounces to the free throw line, and Dickerson will attack right away against Miller. Offensive rebound and a putback by Hanson is no good. But she draws the foul. Been a bit of a cold shooting third quarter for Bailey Dickerson. She is just 1 of 6 from the floor tonight here in the third quarter. She does have a three-pointer, though. 31-26 the score, and Hannah Hanson will add to it with the first of 2 free throws. 16 fouls against Roseburg so far here in the third quarter, 2 against Mountain View. Second free throw is good. Hannah Hanson makes it look easy. Adds 2 there, and now it's a 7-point game again in favor of Mountain View. Murphy brings it up. Quick pass to the near side. Another long 2 from Anderson is off the mark, but the weak side rebound is pulled down by Murphy. And she passes it away at the top. It's stolen. Hannah Hanson on the other side draws a foul. Hanson on the breakaway had the visiting Mountain View fans on their feet, but she gets hit as she goes up from the left side, and she'll head back to the free throw line where she just made 2 and made them look easy. Trying to stretch it to the largest lead of the night at 9 points if she can make it. First one is short, though. So she will not get it to 9 points, but can stretch it back to its largest lead at 8 points if she makes the second here for Mountain View. Roseburg basketball here on the score, brought to you by CHI Mercy Medical Center. Second free throw rattles out, and the rebound tipped, and it's going to go to Roseburg. So missing 2 after making 2 and making them look easy. Hannah Hanson an empty trip to the line on that possession. Minute 20 to play. Roseburg trailing by 7. Allen brings it through the center circle, out at the top. She'll dribble back to her right to Murphy in the corner. Looking underneath, Knutson gets it, tries to square up against Hanson. She goes with the turnaround, but a walk. Changed her pivot foot mid-sequence there for Katie Knutson, and it goes back to Mountain View. Dickerson with it in the backcourt. 60 seconds to play third quarter. She brings it across the timeline, works to the near side. Between the circles against Miller. Crossover, back to her left, driving, and she'll lay it in. Just took it right to the rim. Dickerson gets an easy 2. It's a 9-point game. Largest lead of the night for Mountain View. Anderson, left wing. Dribbles back. Oh, her pass is stolen away. Got a hand in the passing lane. Dickerson up the floor. Anderson chases her down but can't get the stop. And Dickerson another lay-in for 2. 29 seconds to play third quarter. 37-26. 11-point margin, the largest of the night for the Cougars. Knutson on the left side. Out to the top to Miller. Looking for the cutter. Gets it to Allen, who's hit as she tries to receive the basketball. Committing the foul will be Overcash. And that is her first. Anderson will take a seat, get a breather here. Vredenberg will come back into the game for Roseburg. And back in for Mountain View is Bailey Meyer, who will check in for Bailey Dickerson. 18.1 seconds to go. Roseburg with the possession on the baseline. Into the corner for Vredenberg. Bounces it back underneath for Knutson. A turnaround jumper from the baseline, no good. Fight for the rebound. 4 players there, now trapped on the baseline. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's Roseburg basketball. Knutson with the miss on a very contested shot. But Roseburg able to fight for the rebound and force the pass out of bounds on the baseline. Out to the top. Catch and shoot on the 3 from Murphy. Oh, I thought it was good. It's just short. Offensive rebound for Erica Allen. Her shot no good. Up the floor with no seconds on the clock. A shot, and it'll end things here in the third quarter as Maria Vaquero misses a 3-point attempt at the buzzer. After 3 quarters, it's 37-26. Mountain View in front of Roseburg. We'll take a 60-second break, come back with the fourth quarter here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here to finish things out from Roseburg High School tonight. The Roseburg girls basketball team trailing 37-26 against the Mountain View Cougars. And they're going to get things started. The officials were calling for the teams, and they are both slow out of the quarter break. And they had started the count on Mountain View, who races over and inbounds the ball. Bailey Dickerson is back into the ball game after a quick breather there at the end of the third quarter. She tries to drive and kick, and she throws it away out of bounds on the far side. So Roseburg will get a start to start things here in the fourth quarter. They trail by 11, their largest deficit of the night after keeping it tight in the first half. They will try to come back here in the fourth quarter, but Chelsea Miller tried to pass it away, was kind of having a hard time holding on to the basketball, and it's a takeaway by Mountain View. Out at the top, Dickerson with it, enters it in underneath. Hannah Hansen working against Knutson, and there's another 2. First field goal of the night for Hansen. She's got 4 in the contest. 39-26. 13-point lead, largest of the game for Mountain View. In the middle, a bucket and a foul for Erica Allen. She's got 5 now in the game and looking to make it 6 with a bucket and get Roseburg back within 10. Allen will go to the line. Her free throw on the and one will rattle around and finally drops through. Her first free throw of the night. Bringing it up on the near sideline, across the timeline, over Cash. Pass it off to Dickerson, driving right side, gets in the lane, makes the extra open pass to Hannah Hansen. And great vision there by Dickerson to find the open player on the weak side for another 2. Back to a 12-point game. Knutson going to try a 3 from the right wing, and it's short, missing everything. And that will give the ball to Mountain View. Mountain View going to face a full court pressure here from Roseburg. They will break the press. Dickerson going to race it up the floor in transition. She will circle it back out, and they will reset. Out at the top with it, Dickerson driving to her left side. Spin move almost traveled, picks up the dribble. Now she turns, she's got an open look at the hoop, just throws it up at it, misses, but gets her own rebound. She'll drive, draws a foul, almost gets the and one. She doesn't get that one, but she'll have a second opportunity to get some points on the possession as she goes to the free throw line as they call the foul against Roseburg. Foul is against Katie Knutson. And for Knutson, that is her 4th. Free throw for Dickerson is good. Second free throw coming in. Riley Russell back into the game for the Roseburg girls. Second free throw rattles through as well for Dickerson. 43-29, 14-point game now for the Cougars. Knutson with it on the left side. Out at the right wing, out to the top to Friedenberg. She'll dribble to the right side. She's redirected back out. She passes it away to Murphy in the corner. Back out to the top to Knutson. Into the corner. Allen gets it. She goes around the defender. Baseline, but her shot just won't fall. She had a good look at it. Couldn't get it to drop. And now Dickerson will slow things down. She drives left side, gets hit by Knutson, and I think that's going to do it for Katie Knutson here tonight. The senior, I believe, will pick up her 5th foul. It's going to be a bonus time here for Bailey Dickerson heading to the free throw line. And it is 5 against Knutson, and that'll be it for her night. She had a good game to this evening, starting out pretty good in the first quarter, adding 5 points in the third, but going without a point here in the fourth quarter. She will finish with 9 points in the ball game. At the line is Dickerson. She hit her last 2, but misses the first here. 43-29 our score with 5:45 to go. Mountain View pulling away from Roseburg here in the second half of this one. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions. For home theater and automotive audio, you can feel it at Good Vibes. Second free throw goes, 44-29. 5:39 to go. Chelsea Miller into the game, out at the left wing, looking for cutters. Nobody there. She'll pass it to the point guard, Jazz Murphy, who comes to get it between the circles. To Friedenberg on the near side, or two braids, I guess. I was going to call them ponytails, but I don't think that's what you call it. And a turnover here by Jazz Murphy. She wanted to pass and drug her feet as the target she was looking for wasn't looking back at her. Turnover again by Roseburg. 5:22 to go. This Roseburg team, they've shown it the last couple of games. They can play well with teams for about a half, and then the second half, the Indians just, the adjustments they make, just not quite keeping them in these games as they're starting to fall away here. In the middle, Dickerson weaving around to plenty of defenders, but her shot off the mark. 5 minutes to go. Allen brings it up. Roseburg trying to make a late charge here. Needs something to go through for him. Need to see it. Allen gets it between the defense. Works around the defender, but her jump shot no good. Now tries to force the Mountain View player, Riley Johnson, across the baseline, and she's going to get called for the foul, and Allen not happy with this one. Erica storms off a little bit there. Gets a high five from Riley Russell. That'll be the 4th on Erica Allen, and it looks double bonus here. So it's going to be a walk down to the other side. We'll get 2 free throws here as things will slow down in the fourth quarter with Mountain View now in the bonus. Roseburg will be making the trek over to Bend coming up after Christmas. On the 27th, they'll begin playing the Mountain View tournament there. They'll face Lincoln, Pendleton, and North Eugene in those 3 games. The 27th, 28th, and 29th. At the free throw line is going to be Riley Johnson. Her first free throw is good. Johnson now 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight. That's where she has scored all of her points. Second free throw for Johnson is good. 4 of 6 from the line for Riley Johnson. She's got 4 points in the game. 17-point game right now for Mountain View. Miller to the near side to Murphy. Murphy dribbles to the top, looking for the cutter. It wasn't there. Back to Vredenberg. Allen will come get it between the circles. Looks to the left side, reverts back to the right, picks up her dribble, needs some help. Defense on top of her, hands it off. Murphy going right side, lost a handle on it. It's tipped out of bounds, and it'll go to Mountain View. Another turnover for Roseburg. Back into the game, going to come Kaylee White for the Indians. She'll check in for Chelsea Miller. And heading to the bench will go Bailey Meyer, and into the game for her is Mia Vaquero. Bailey Dickerson will bring it up the floor for the Cougars as we near the midway point of the fourth quarter. To the near side to Overcash. Overcash dribbles with the left side, working against Murphy. Got bumped, no foul, and the ball gets loose. Coming up with it, Vredenberg. She goes up the left side, and an offensive foul, and I think they're going to call that against Erica Allen, and that is her 5th. Erica Allen trying to go with she tried to just get in the way of the defender so that Vredenberg had a clear shot to the lane and to the rim from the left side, and they call her for a push. Could have possibly been a moving screen, but turnover there, 5th foul. Allen will be the second player to foul out for Roseburg in this one. Trailing right now by 17. Entry pass to Hannah Hansen on the left side, and working against Riley Russell, who didn't have much that she could do against that. Hansen has her 3rd field goal here in the fourth quarter. Open on the left side is Jazz Murphy, who gets her first field goal tonight. It's been a quiet night for Jazz. She's got 3 points in the ball game with her first field goal. Dickerson will bring it up the floor, hands it off to Vaquero. She tries to drive and then pass it away to Overcash. It's taken away by Murphy to Vredenberg, who puts it up to the glass and through. Emma Vredenberg gets her second field goal, 4 points in the game for her, and Roseburg back within 15. And an outlet pass up the floor by Mountain View is a little long, and they'll turn it back over. And before things get out of hand for the Cougars, still with a comfortable lead, head coach Megan Dickerson wants to call a timeout. 3:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's take a quick 30-second break. Back with more as the Roseburg girls trail 48-33 against the visiting Mountain View Cougars here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
.305 left here in the fourth quarter of tonight's contest. Roseburg girls trailing 48-33 against the visiting Mountain View Cougars. This evening, Roseburg was within reachable distance throughout much of the contest, but here in the second half, it's just slowly grown for Mountain View as they pull away. Out at the top on the right side with it, Emma Vredenberg for Roseburg out of the Mountain View timeout. Mountain View turning it over on their last possession, and that prompted a timeout by Coach Dickerson. 3 from the top, no good for Jazz Murphy, and an easy defensive rebound comes down to the Cougars. On the near side, Vaquero with it. Not a lot of movement on the offense, but they open it up for Hanson underneath. She can't make it, and the ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Mountain View. First miss on a field goal for Hannah Hanson so far tonight. Roseburg on the left side with it. Kaylee White got trapped. She'll hand it off. Anderson in the corner. Drives around the defense. The floater in the lane. Finishes with the right hand. And Anderson will head to the line for a three-point play. Substitution coming in before the free throw. Bailey Meyer for Mountain View will check in for Overcash. Foul went against Hannah Hanson, her third. Rattle in the free throw for Anderson, her first of the night. The three-point play is complete. And Roseburg back within 12, 48-36. Ball tipped out of bounds by Roseburg on the full court pressure. Stays with Mountain View. Up the floor. Racing down the near sideline against the defense. Bailey Dickerson gets it into the half court. She'll now draw back out. Vaquero comes to get it out at the top. Underneath. The pass goes to Hannah Hanson, and she lays it in for another two. And a foul called on the Roseburg side of the floor. It's going to be against Mountain View. Substitution is going to be Chelsea Miller back in for the Indians for Riley Russell. Foul went against Riley Johnson. 14-point game, 50-36. Kaylee White will launch it out to the top to Murphy. Into the corner. Vredenberg, an open look at a three. Oh, just off the front iron, no good. The rebound comes down to Mountain View. And Vredenberg trying to poke the ball away, a little too aggressive. She'll be called for the foul. And that means we'll walk down to the other side of the floor. 13 points here in the fourth quarter for for Mountain View. And most of those coming from Hannah Hanson with her 8 points here in the quarter. Free throw for Vaquero is off the mark on the first attempt. Second one is off the mark as well, but the offensive rebound for Dickerson. She spins around and puts it through. Bailey Dickerson having a big night tonight. 19, actually make it 22 points for her. She had 28 against Roseburg last year when the two teams met in Bend when she was just a junior. Chelsea Miller pass out to the top to Vredenberg. 1:26 to go. This one winding down on Roseburg, down by 16. Miller on the far side into the corner for Vredenberg. Trying to enter it underneath to Anderson. She fights through, and the shot almost falls, but spins off the rim. And Anderson, who's had a nice night, 11 points in this game for Kalina Anderson off the bench. She'll draw the foul and go back to the free throw line. She'll get two shots here. Coming up in the postgame show, we'll recap our scoring for you in this one. So Anderson will hit the first of two free throws. I'll recap scores for you from this one and take a look at other scores going on around the area of note and send you on your way to your holiday break. First free throw went through for Anderson. Second one coming. And she hits them both. So make it 5 points here in the quarter. She's got 13 total, and a whistle blows before the inbound pass coming. Into the game, Shelby Andre for Mountain View, and a timeout going to be taken by the Cougars. Shelby Andre, Caitlin Zink, both coming into the game. I think they start emptying the bench here for Mountain View. Is trying to get all the players that were out there on the floor, but they headed to the bench before I could get a look at all the numbers out there on the floor. 1:14 to go in the ball game, and calling the timeout with Mountain View. We'll keep it right here. Let you know that tonight's game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. By our friends at Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. By Chuck's Farm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Aviva Health. Now, it's this Roseburg team. We've seen it throughout a lot of this season. They do a great job of staying with teams for the first half, but then the second half just gets away from them. They can't quite hang tight. They're down now by 14 against this Mountain View team. Allie Neat comes into the game. She'll get the ball, and she brings it up the court. Neat brings it to the near side. Will work around a screen from Hansen. Gets it to Dickerson, and the pass goes right through her hands. So you've got Neat, Dickerson, Hansen, Zink, and Andre out there on the floor for Mountain View here in the fourth quarter. And I think that will pretty much put almost every player into the game for Mountain View. And they'll come away with a steal off of the pass by Roseburg in the backcourt, and they're trying to foul. And that'll be Jazz Murphy picking up the foul. 50.6 seconds to go in this one. And that's going to send Bailey Dickerson to the line, where she is 4 of 7 from the stripe tonight. 2 free throws coming as Roseburg's into the double bonus. Dickerson's first free throw is good. Roseburg Sports here all winter long, going to be brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Second free throw does go through for Dickerson. 54-38 your score. Friedenberg to Miller to Murphy, who's going to try a deep three, and it's just off the right iron and out of bounds. Murphy not showing any sort of fear and launching one from 8 feet behind the arc. The ball goes out of bounds. It's 39.7 seconds left here in the final period. Roseburg still pressing in the backcourt, inbound, and now ball poked away from behind, but a whistle against Murphy. It was Allie Neat, the freshman 5'5" guard, Allie Neat, getting some run here in the fourth quarter, and she goes to the free throw line looking for her first points of the evening. I think the one person we may not see tonight looks like it might be Kaylin Bowles. There is a player down there in street clothes. That could be her that may not be available tonight. First points go through for Allie Neat on the free throw. 55-38 your score. 35 seconds to go here in the ball game. Second one rattles around and will drop through for Neat. 35 seconds. Bringing the ball at the floor is Friedenberg to the left side. Looking underneath to Anderson. It's not there. Out to the top to Murphy. She drives right side, splits the defense. Scoop shot is good. Murphy with 2. Still full court pressure from Roseburg. 19 seconds to play in the backcourt. Ball nearly stolen away by Murphy. Keeping it is Dickerson. Weaves through the defense. And Anderson comes up with a steal. She'll press it. It's 2-on-3, and her pass out in front of Jazz Murphy. Roseburg didn't have the numbers, and they'll turn it back over. 7.4 seconds to go as this one will tick away from the Roseburg Indians. Inbound goes to Neat, and Roseburg going to apply some pressure, but it's not going to be enough. And that'll do it. Your final score tonight, 56-40. The Mountain View Cougars going to pull off the win on the road here tonight against the Roseburg Indians, winning by 16, and they will get a chance to head on home with a smile on their faces. For the Roseburg girls tonight, tough one after staying so close to the first half, unable to hold on in the second half against the Cougars tonight. Roseburg goes to 1-6 on the season, 3-1 on the year for the Mountain View Cougars. We'll come back and recap tonight's matchup for you when we return. This is The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg Football on 541radio.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, where tonight the Roseburg Indians fall against the visiting Mountain View Cougars. Welcome into the postgame show, everybody. Joey Keyran here with you tonight as the Roseburg girls fall in the second half. They were close in the first half, trailing by 1 after 1 period and down by 5 at halftime. They can't hang on in the second half as they get outscored by Mountain View 34-23 in the second half, and the Roseburg girls fall tonight by a final score of 56-40. Coming up here in the postgame show, we will take a look at individual statistics. Josh Nelson checking for scores from around the Umpqua Basin and beyond. So stay with us. We got plenty coming up for you. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with the recap after this here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Finishing out this Friday night here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Joey Keyran, Josh Nelson here with you as we bring you the post-game show, recapping what's going on tonight for the Roseburg girls. They fall here at home against the Mountain View Cougars. 56-40, your final score. Mountain View pulling away in the second half for the 16-point victory. They led by as many as 17 in the contest tonight, but Roseburg Kept it close in the first half, just couldn't finish it out after the break. Time now to take a look at our individual scoring from this one here this evening. Leading the way with a game-high 26 points was Bailey Dickerson. She ended up shooting pretty well from the free throw line, 6 of 9 from the stripe. She ended up hitting 2 3-pointers in the game and finishing with that game-high 26 points. Behind her in double figures, 10 points for Hannah Hansen, scoring 8 in the fourth quarter to help get to the big victory tonight for the Cougars. 8 points for Mia Vaccaro and 6 points for Liliana Overcash. Then you had 4 points for Riley Johnson and 2 points tonight for Allie Neat, the freshman coming in the fourth quarter and getting a pair of free throws to go down. Also getting into the game, Bailey Meyer, Julia Toll, and Caitlin Zink and Shelby Andre getting into the game but not scoring here tonight. On the other side for the Roseburg girls, leading the way with 13 points, a big second half, 9 points total in the second half for Kalina Anderson, dropping a couple of big-time jumpers in this one. Finishes with 13 to lead the way. She went 3 of 3 from the charity stripe and actually ends up going 5 of 7 from the floor in this one tonight. Real sharp shooter there for the Roseburg girls. Behind her, 9 points for Katie Knutson before fouling out in this contest, and 6 points for Erica Allen before she fouled out. 5 points tonight for Jazz Murphy, 4 points for Emma Vredenberg, and we had 2 points for Chelsea Miller, 1 point for Riley Russell. Also getting into the game tonight was Kaylee White, but she did not score in this one this evening. So that is a look at your individual scoring update here in the postgame show. The stats are brought to you by Lamerda Orthodontics. Embrace life. Call their Roseburg office at 673-0924. Tonight's game has also been brought to you by Aviva Health, by Flyaway Travel, and by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1939. We'll take one more break. We come back, we'll look at some scores and wrap things up here this evening. The Roseburg girls fall at home 56-40 against the visiting Mountain View Cougars. Back after this quick break on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gymnasium as we wrap things up for you here tonight on this Friday evening. The Roseburg girls falling against the Mountain View Cougars here tonight. Roseburg goes to 1-6 on the season. Mountain View goes to 3-1. Coming up next for the Roseburg girls, they will have a bit of a break before they get back to action coming up after the Christmas holiday. Starting on December 27th, the Roseburg girls will face Lincoln in their first game of the Mountain View tournament. They'll face Pendleton on the 28th and on the 29th North Eugene before they return back home for a game on January 3rd against David Douglas. And then Southwest Conference play scheduled to begin on January 14th here at home against the Sheldon Irish. Before we say goodnight here from the gym, let's go ahead and check in on some scores that you might be interested coming up around the Umpqua Basin tonight. Josh Nelson's been tracking things for us. Josh, what do we got?
All right, thanks, Joey. So in boys basketball so far tonight, I have Sutherland was at Waldport. Sutherland wins 72-53. South Medford beats Los Molinos, California, 63-43. North Medford falls to Evergreen, 58-42, and that's Evergreen, Washington. Girls basketball, Oak Ridge ends up beating Riddle, 46-43. Rogue River ends up beating Reedsport, 70-26. North Douglas ends up beating Lowell, 41-31. Douglas ends up beating Glide, 59-22. Oakland ends up beating Crestwell 35-21. And then Shamu, British Columbia at South Eugene tonight. Semi-Humu.
British Columbia.
However you say it. But they end up beating South Eugene 69-57 tonight. In that one, and then Portland is ahead of Orlando 91-75 right now, and with 33 seconds left to go in the third period.
All right, thank you, Josh. A look at some of our scores here tonight as we bring you some sports action from Roseburg High School. Been fun to get a chance to catch the Roseburg girls. You can see they're right there. They got to find a way to get over the hump. The second half continues to be the sticking point for them after playing tight in the first half. They can't quite seem to polish off a victory in the second half here in their last couple of losses. So we'll see if they can continue to improve on that throughout the rest of the season. There is some promise out there for these Roseburg girls, although I know it's been slow going and a difficult stretch for them at times. But you can see it. Things are clicking, and they're getting a little close. They just need to keep working hard and see where things take them from there. Well, we're going to wrap things up there. We are going to have a bit of a break ourselves on our live local high school sports coverage, and we will pick things back up after the new year when the Roseburg boys basketball team is back to action here in a home game. Roseburg boys will be playing again tomorrow as they take on Roosevelt at 2 o'clock up in the Emerald Shootout in Eugene. They'll take part in the Abby's Holiday Classic down in Medford as they'll play a couple of games down there, and then once they wrap that up after the new year, we'll pick things back up with the Roseburg boys. So stay tuned for coverage of that coming up after the New Year holiday. As for the Roseburg girls, we mentioned they'll be playing in a tournament in Bend, and then they're back to action after the New Year's holiday as well here at home against David Douglas. So a lot of basketball still to come in 2020. We hope that you will join us for broadcasts of Roseburg sports coming up in the next calendar year. You can always find the broadcast schedule of games posted online at 541radio.com on the Score homepage. As we wrap it up here, want to say thanks to the Mountain View Cougars for making the trip over here for tonight's ball game. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, head coach of the Roseburg girls basketball program Dane Tornell, for allowing us to bring you tonight's contest and helping us out with getting ready for tonight's broadcast. A lot of fun to catch up with him and see him and his team here this evening. Always want to say thanks to Cruz Ibanez back in the studio for the radio production tonight. A big thanks to Josh Nelson for running the video production and keeping up to date with the scores going on. Thanks to Heather Nelson for running the video camera for us here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We will check up with you guys coming up in the new year when we bring you the rest of the Roseburg boys basketball season here on Douglas County's Home for Sports. The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.